Hi, welcome to today's video. All right, I never get sucked into the Sephora sale. Look, sometimes Ulta gets me, but the Sephora sale doesn't suck me in. And there have been so many cool product releases. I was influenced. I got sucked in. So I am going to be doing a haul. Then we'll do a part 2 with a try-on haul so you can see what the products look like on the skin and get my first impressions. So let's jump into it. I love this like sleek backed look with like the frizzy ponytails in full effect. Okay, let's not look at our nails, okay? So if you haven't watched my introduction video to get to know a little bit about me, or if you don't know me personally, people will say, "Oh, you're a hair and makeup artist?" Nay. I am not a hair and makeup artist. I am a makeup artist who struggles with nails and struggles with hair, so come along with me on my hair journey. Okay, let's jump into the haul. And if you like videos like this, if you want to see more of this, this is the place where Jesus and makeup intersect for me. This video, you're going to get more makeup than you are Jesus. If you like videos like that, hit the like button and subscribe. Okay, the first thing I got in the haul, and I'm kind of going to go through the face order and then some random things. The first thing I got in the haul was actually point perk thing that I got, and it sucked me in because it has Charlotte's Magic Cream in it. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury award-winning beauty icons. I don't know if they still have this, but it has Charlotte's Magic Cream, a sample of her serum, which I've never tried, and a Matte Revolution Pillow Talk in medium, which, confession, I've never tried anything Pillow Talk. So I was excited about that. It was a freebie, and the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream is the perfect thing to prep your skin with. Also, if you hear any rustling around, Obi is here keeping me company, and he can sit still for about 4 seconds. So if you hear any of that, just love us through it. Okay, the next thing I got is something that I have heard a lot about, and it was intriguing to me because it says it's either a foundation or a concealer. This is the Milk Makeup Future Fluid. It says all over cream concealer, so foundation. I don't know if this is medium coverage or heavy coverage, but we'll find out. I got it in the shade 14N. I personally, because I tend to do more like everyday natural or even everyday glam, like just on the glam side, but not super crazy glam, I tend to pick concealer that is my skin tone or just slightly lighter than my skin tone, because when you're doing like full beat, super glam, all out makeup, I feel like that's when you do the much lighter, like 1 or 2 shades lighter, to really give you that very contoured effect. But if you're trying to look at like my skin but a little bit better, I think go closer to your skin tone. So I got the shade 14N. We'll see how good I am at shade matching online. The next thing I got, I might not keep, to be very honest with you. I was kind of surprised. This Milk Makeup is their Sculpt Stick, which is contour stick in the shade Stoked. And I want to show you this. It's like so tiny. Look at this. And when I unboxed when I pulled them out of the box, I haven't unboxed these yet to like look at them. Just look at next to my glasses. Like, is she a sample? Why is it so tiny? It had a full size price tag. So, we'll see. This better be darn good for me to keep this in the collection, but I was excited to try it. Okay, foundation. I have struggled with foundation because of my skin tone or my skin type. So I feel like I am a horse of a different color when it comes to skin type. I'm sure you can relate to this. I feel like I have zones of my face, and not just like the T-zone. I get very dry and very textured cheeks. My nose and around my mouth is where I experience most of my breakouts. You can see all of them happening now. Maybe not all of them. It gets worse. And then because of a medical thing that happened, I have like this greasy forehead now that I've never had. And then, yeah, again, texture. So finding the right foundation, I just saw a video that Marlena Stell did that I really think hit on the right thing. One of the things I just want to point out for YouTube beauty, for TikTok beauty, wherever you're viewing beauty content, it's important to know people's skin type. Like plants have a grow tag. Some plants need a lot of sun. Some plants need very little sun. I think it's the same thing when it comes to when you watch someone who's giving you beauty advice, what kind of skin they have, what kind of coverage they want. And so if you have oily skin or dry skin or combination skin, the base of your foundation really matters. And I think I'll link the video below that Marlena did. I think it explains it really well. But I am excited, just like everybody was, to try this. Wow, wait, before I even say this. So this is the Haus Labs Skin Tech Foundation, Triclone it says. I just want to say noticeably, like picking this up, it is heavy. And I think I saw pictures online that this is in a glass bottle. And I've just heard wonderful things. I'm excited to try it. I got the shade 300 medium neutral. I'm a neutral undertone most of the time. I have some redness in my skin, as you can see. And I'm excited to try this. It was not cheap, but I can feel why. The packaging is super heavy. The next thing I bought a mini of the one that everyone's talking about right now, which is the Kosas Cloud Set. It says it's a smoothing powder and it says it's ultra soft and sheer. So I tried it. I'm in the shade Comfy Sheer Medium, and I'm gonna try that to set my under eye and maybe to like powder just around some areas that I get a little bit of oil. I actually think minis are a really good way to go for things like foundation, mascara. Anyway, I got the mini in this one. I did get the full size in this next product, which is the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Blurring Balm Powder with Upsolite. I will be curious to see how it goes on. I've heard good things about this. Blurring, yes. Balm, yes. And then powder with those other two things, it sounds promising. One of the next products that I'm going to do in my actual try-on haul is another Danessa Myricks product. She is a brand that I have tried nothing from, so I am really excited to try some of her stuff. Again, this one has Upsolite in it. This is the Blurring Balm Powder Flushed in the color Rose and Brunch. I've heard so many good things. I love blush. A lot of people will wash everything out and then forget to put color back in our skin. But I have no makeup on right now. Shocking. And you can see that I have like a little bit of redness, a little bit of peachiness in my skin. I have areas where I get more sun. I have areas where I don't. And those are the things that when we take, especially like a high coverage foundation and cover that, we basically like wipe that away. And that's okay if you go back in and add the things that make it look like skin. And the answer is always blush. Okay. I am picky about both the Ulta collection and the Sephora collection, which is like their brand's worth of products. They're really hit or miss for me. But I was heavily influenced. I'm going to be doing a top 3 series coming up for products, tips, skincare, even like faith-based things. My top 3 YouTubers, and I think Jessica Braun, she recommended both of these in her Sephora haul, which I'll link below. And then she did a try-on haul also. I'll link both of those because I just love her and you will love her too. She recommended the Sephora brand 12-hour colorful crayon waterproof liner. I got the shade Tiramisu. This is a deep, deep chocolate brown. I don't usually line my eyes with this. I am a liquid liner girl, which we'll get to. But for tight lining, for me, because I have big lashes and I have dark lashes, the skin underneath where my eyelashes connect to my eye, often you can see that skin and it makes it look like I'm wearing falsies when I'm actually not. And so tight lining your eyes, you actually like draw on that skin and color it in. So that's what I got this for. And then I'll go in with the second thing she recommended, which is a Sephora Collection Black Ink Fine Felt Liner. It says 12-hour wear. I love liquid eyeliner. I like what I call the work appropriate wing, which is like not the big Adele cat eye amazingness. It's just like a little something that draws the eyes outward and up. So I'm excited to try this because I've used a lot of liquid eyeliners and they are not all created equal. Okay, I just opened this. I'm gonna swatch it on the skin because all those little lines on the back of your hand where your skin is skin will actually tell you a lot about whether an eyeliner is going to bleed or run, and I have no tolerance for that. So I'm gonna try it right now and give you my live reaction here. Wow, that is really black and not a lot of bleed or movement. I'm excited about that, and it's super fine. I do like super fine too because it kind of gives you, I have had some issues with my eyes, and so they're really sensitive to me touching them or poking them. And so I like a super fine liner because it will let me kind of get in there more than once and retouch. So I'm excited about that. Good recommendation, Jessica. One of the things that actually was like the bane of my existence trying to order during the sale. Anyway, I kept adding this to my cart and then it would go out. And then it was back in and then it was out. In and out, in and out. Anyway, I snagged it and I'm very excited about it. So this is the Sephora Favorites and it is the Vacay All Day Kit. It has the Anastasia Brow Gel, which I regularly use, so it'll be nice to have a travel size. It has the Drunk Elephant D-Bronzy Anti-Pollution Sunshine Drops. I'm hesitant about those. It has a full size of the Tower 28 SOS spray, which I'm really excited about. I've been wanting to try that. It has a Too Faced Better Than Sex waterproof mascara. I'm not excited about that. I think that there are much better dupes at the drugstore for this particular type of mascara. And if I'm honest, and you'll hear about this more on my channel, I just don't love some of the names of some of the stuff, and I feel like it hypersexualizes women, and I'm not here for it. So that will probably get thrown out, or I don't even know if I'll regift it to somebody. Okay, we'll talk about it. It also has a Super Goop Glow Screen sunscreen, SPF 40. I love the Super Goop sunscreen. It has I don't know what this is, Slather Topicals Exfoliating Body Serum for textured skin. I mean, your girl's textured. I am textured. I've not heard of that before. I'm excited to try it. Okay, there's also a full size of a Makeup by Mario. What is that called? It is the Makeup by Mario Moisture Glow Plumping Lip Serum. Those are all the right words for me. Glow, plumping, and serum checks all my boxes. So, and it's a full size, which I'm really excited about. It has a OG Freck pen in here. So a baby of the Freck is the brand to put on like faux freckles, which I've done before real shoots on other people to like add in some freckles or a birthmark, but I haven't used a Freck pen for that. So I'm excited to try that. It has the Way Scalp and Body Scrub. I think I heard Laura Lee talking about that she loves this product, so I'm excited to try it. And the last thing I didn't even realize was in this kit, and I am really excited about, it's the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisture Blush. Excited about that. I'm not going to open it right here on camera because it's in that crinkly packaging. Next two products that I got are lip products, and if I'm honest, one of them I've just been wanting for a long time and hemming and hawing about, and so I just did it. It's like silly that it took me this long to jump. One of the products I can't live without is lip gloss. I have a story where a friend of mine, one time we were out shopping or something, and she's like, hey, do you have any like lip balm or anything? And I was like, yeah. I opened my purse and I was like, which one do you want? And I think I had 13. Might have been 11. Let's say 11. It was 11 products in my purse that were lip glosses, balms, lipsticks, creams. I had lip products. I love lip products, big fan. So this one is the one I've been wanting to get for a long time. This is not exciting or a shocker to those of you who love makeup, but if you haven't heard of this is from Lawless Beauty. It is Forget the Filler Lip Plumping Line Smoothing Gloss. That's the other thing. If you get a lot of lines or texture on your lips, these like plumping hyaluronic juicy glosses are gonna help just make them look smooth. And I think smooth really speaks to looking like hydrated, fresh, happy. So I'm excited about that. I got the color George. At first I was like, it's Gorge, the color's Gorge. I love that, but I think it's actually George. I'm gonna open it because I can't remember what color George or Gorge is. And it's a Gorge? No, it's George. Okay. Let's see. Ooh, okay, I gotta open it. Their packaging is really pretty. Yes. Okay. I don't know if you can see this. I don't know if you could see that. It is a nude, mauvey, your lips but better, juicy, sun-kissed kind of color. So I'm excited about that. The next lip product, I don't know. I don't know if I can keep this lip product, to be very honest. I'm going to be always very honest with you about whether or not I keep something, if it was out of my budget, if it was too expensive. I'm always going to be honest with you about that. And this particular product was a splurge, but I saw it on Trend Mood 1 on Instagram, and the color swatches were like chef's kiss gorgeous. Okay, these colors just did something to me. And I think that's one of the areas, aside from packaging, that high-end can do or does better than drugstore is some of their color tones. Like lots of places have a red or a mauve, but a company that has like the perfect mauve or like a gorgeous red, they're worth taking note about. So I did it. I splurged. Again, I don't know if I'm going to keep this. It has to be amazing. If the texture isn't amazing and the color isn't amazing, it's going back to Sephora. Real talk. It is the Tom Ford Liquid Lip Luxe Matte, and this is one of the new colors. This is in the color 121 Lark. I have not heard anyone talk about these yet, and I think it's because they didn't want to take out a mortgage to try it out. Gosh, they were so expensive, but can we just look at this? Look at this packaging. It's heavy. It's luxury. I know I'm paying for some of the packaging, and I like packaging because of the cosmetic developer side. I understand what goes into it. So to have like your custom initials stamped in the top, that costs money. That takes money. It takes time. But what I care about is the color. So I have not tried any of this on yet. I'm going to swatch this right now because the color and the swatches is what got me, and it better be good on the lips. That's all I have to say. Oh, it's nice and heavy. Okay. That's the color right there. That is the color Lark. That feels like a Your Lips But Better, like a little bit rosy tone, very like romantic. Look, that's the lip I'm gonna do for this. I know this is taking forever. Okay, let's go through the last few products that I got on the sale and the few that I got at Ulta, and then we're gonna have to do a second video for the try on. All right, so the next thing I've been really excited about for a long time, it's from RMS Beauty. They are a clean line. It's their Redimension Hydra Powder Blush. I have so many questions about the formulation of that, so I'm excited to try it. And I got the shade Sangria. I don't know if that was a good color choice. I'm trying to branch out in my blush because recently I was doing some makeup developing stuff, and it was like, well, what color shade do you want? And I started going through it. It was like, well, I like this shade and this shade and this shade. And they were all rosy tone browns. You know thyself, okay? So this is the color Sangria. It's a very beautiful color. It's unique. And I like that imprint in the blush. I'm excited to try that. I've been excited about this formula for a while. The colors were unique for me in that none of them stood out as like this, where it was like, I have to have that color. And colors online are kind of challenging. So I'm excited to see what that looks like on my skin. It looks a touch on the coppery warm side, which I don't know how that's gonna go, but we're gonna try it. The other thing, I was totally influenced by Jessica Braun. Jessica always gives me the good stuff. This is the Signature Lip Lightweight Lipstick by Merit Beauty. Their packaging is so pretty. Look at this. Isn't this gorgeous? Okay. This is the shade, oh, I'm going to say it wrong, L'Avenue. And I just saw this online and I was like, this is absolutely gorgeous. This is going to be more on the brown side. I don't think this is the same shade. I'm going to have to look. I feel like they sent me the wrong shade. Oh, that's such a bummer. Okay. But this is beautiful. And the other shade that Jessica had also looked beautiful. So I'm very excited to try that. Okay, we're almost done with Sephora. I, for the longest time, loved the Sephora brand Best Skin Ever foundation. And when I saw they had a concealer, I didn't know that and wanted to give it a try. So I bought, this is a full coverage multi-use concealer. It says it has as long wear and has a natural finish. It's anti-pollution. I don't know exactly what that really means, but it does say that it has 12-hour hydration. So I'm excited. I got the shade 26N. So I'm excited to try that one out. Okay. This is the product of everything I bought that I've wanted for the longest amount of time. Girl, when I tell you how long this has been on my wish list, it's kind of embarrassing. Like, of all the things I've bought since then, why didn't I just buy this? But, you know, we're not 18 anymore, and I felt like it was a priority. And it was, look, I don't want to lie to you, it was expensive. And I can tell you 2 other face moisturizers that I love that are very, very good. Especially, I used to live in Colorado. I now live in South Carolina. The climate's totally different, but in Colorado, it was so dry. These 2 moisturizers were fantastic, and I really love. But this is the Tatcha. That's how you know it's going to be expensive. expensive. This is the Tatcha Indigo Overnight Repair Cream. Their packaging is so pretty. And it is a 1.7 fluid ounce, which I appreciate that it's a large jar. It'll probably take me a long time to get through this. But my understanding is that it really helps a lot with like texture and dryness. Looking at the ingredient list, and Tatcha's has pretty good ingredients. This looks like a pretty good ingredient list. So I'm excited to try that. I will report back. I know it's expensive. It's been on my wish list for at least 3 years. Ridiculous. Okay, the next set I'm really excited about because I have one of the products in another shade and I love it, and I needed to refresh that. This is your public service announcement, okay? Take it from a makeup artist, a makeup connoisseur, a product reviewer, all the things. These new cream products that everybody's into are amazing. I love them too. They do not have the shelf life of your powders. You cannot keep cream products around forever and ever and ever. It's not safe. It's not good for your skin. So just keep that in mind. Don't keep your cream products for a really, really long time. Use through them, especially things that go near your eyes. So don't keep your mascaras for a really long time. Anyway, okay, I'm getting off my soapbox. That's the end of my PSA. I bought the Tower 28 set it's a mauve mint, and it comes with 2 full-size products. It has the full size of the lip jelly and a full size of the balm, so cream blush. And does it say what colors they are? They're not, the shade isn't mauve mint. Oh, it does. Okay, so Sesame is the semi-sheer milky mauve lip jelly, and Office Hours is the sun-kissed mauve blush. And I like this because it's a little bit deeper tone. It's a little more on the berry side, and I feel like it's gonna give you that like summer night romantic juiciness. It'll go for a monochromatic moment really well with this lip with a little lip jelly over it. Okay, I'm excited about that. Look, this is a whole other video, so let's not get too into it, but I don't buy that much into like clean stuff. It really depends on what clean means. It's not a regulated term. Anyway, last thing is that I also did a mini haul. Like I said, I never do the Sephora haul, so I was not planning on hauling that ginormous haul of stuff. So I made a purchase from Ulta and got a couple of things that I wanted to share with you. And then another one is from my sweet hubby. He got me some gifts for Easter, and one of them was a beauty product that I wanted to share. So I'll share that one last because he really shocked me with that. The next thing I got, I love lip liner. Someday we'll talk about it, but I used to think lip liner was the biggest scam, and now being a developer, I understand how that's not true. So now I have too many lip liners, but I wanted to try this brand. I'd never tried anything by them. This is Halsey's line called About Face. It is the matte pencil, and it is the shade Cradled. I'm gonna swatch it here for you so you can see it. It is just like a warm, rosy nude color. I feel like this is a good dupe for one of the Natasha Denona colors, and goes on kind of like a gel. Very, very smooth. I'm liking that. This one was a surprise. This is an Ulta Beauty collection, so Ulta's brand in store. And I would have looked right past this, but I was influenced by, I don't know if she's technically a beauty influencer, but I love her content. And she used to do YouTube videos and doesn't now, but she has a lot of beauty recommendations. Her name is Briana Lynch. I'll link her Instagram below. She does a lot of stories, and she started posting TikToks and Reels as well. So I'll link her below. But she recommended these Ulta Beauty Gloss Stick. I would have walked right past these. So if you can just see, it's kind of like a chubby plastic stick. I'll swatch this for you. And it goes on with this like creamy, gentle, it's like a gloss and a stick. It's a gloss stick. It's just like it says. And this is the shade Can't Even. If I'm honest, this was the only shade that looked really interesting to me, but it is so like juicy and smooth and easy to put on the lips. This is going to be a summer favorite for sure. The last thing that I purchased was waxy Jubilee wax beads. I like hard wax. Look, I'm not one of those girls that has no hair, as you can see. I have thick brows naturally, and I get some facial hair that needs to be removed. And I learned a long time ago how to wax. I used to I waxed my way through college because I waxed a lot of people in my dorms. And I like hard wax, I don't like strips. And so Waxy, the brand, has a little wax warmer that you can warm in the microwave that's silicone. And these are their hard beads. And I love these because see how it kind of looks like a watermelon? They have like little black seeds in there and stuff. I got the large. This is the 12.8 ounce jar. They have, if you go to their website, they have lots of different styles, like popsicles that you can melt that give you all the wax. They have lots of different fragrances of the beads, different colors, things like that. The only thing I would recommend is not to get a color that looks very similar to your skin tone, although this kind of is peachy like me, but this turns more like green and black because of the seeds and the rind. Because then you can actually make sure you're getting all of the wax off of you. Because it's not in a strip, you want to make sure that you're peeling all the wax off. I really like Waxy. Last thing, I promise it truly is the last thing. No, I lied. I lied to you. Okay, this is a silly thing that I hauled, and if you don't know anything about me, I am a kid at heart, and I would rather delight in the simple, silly things of life than focus on the stressful, scary things of life. And so some of my friends would tell you, Christina's kind of like a living Muppet, like that's who I am. That's a side of who I am. So when I saw Wet n Wild did a collaboration with Sesame Street, I know a lot of people were clowning it. It touched my heart. I gotta say, I love it. I didn't buy everything. I was selective about what I got, but one of the things I had to have, this guy, Cookie Monster. Who doesn't love Cookie Monster? I had to have this, you guys. Look, if that's gonna get me my like close-ups to see things, and it's got cookie on it, I'm gonna feel better about myself. All right, totally last product, I promise. My husband is amazing and he knows how much I love makeup. It's so awesome to be seen and known by somebody, and he's really good at that. And this Easter, he got me some treats for Easter, but he also surprised me with a beauty product that I was kind of shocked that he went and picked it out on his own. It was not on my wish list, like nothing. He just went and got it. He always says that he likes Fenty Beauty for me, and I like Fenty Beauty. And he bought me, what is the name of this? This is the Fenty Beauty Velvet Liquid Lipstick. This is the shade Heart 03 C-Suite. This packaging, look at this. With the holographic bit on the top, it's like heavy and feels like glass. It's probably plastic, but it's so nice. I'm gonna swatch it for you so you can see it. This shade was something that I probably wouldn't have picked for myself. And I was kind of nervous about it. And then I wore it out in public and I had people stopping me like, what shade is that? And I couldn't believe it. It's the shade C-Suite. This is it right here. So it's a little bit pinkier than the other things I have. You can see I like kind of the brown mauve tones. This is more on the pinky side, but it is such a juicy like rose lip. And this formula is so comfortable. The one thing I would say is a little goes a long way. You do not have to cake this on. So just use a tiny, tiny amount so it doesn't like move around on you. Use a lip liner, just saying. That's it. That's it. We've been here for so long. If you've made it this far, thank you for watching. That is my Sephora haul. The next video is going to be a try on of the products I mentioned in this video. Goodness, I had to hydrate. We've been here so long. Click on the like button, click subscribe to see the next videos that I have coming out. I'm excited to share more with you about my experience, my thoughts, my views on makeup, on Jesus. So tune in and we'll talk about it more next time. Remember, Jesus loves you and so do I. See you soon.